Hey everyone, what's happening? Today I was going through comments on YouTube and Linux forums, and I was going through a lot of nasty comments. And my first thought it was when I saw these particular nasty comments is this is what's wrong with Linux. So today I'm just going to discuss what's wrong with Linux. Now, what's wrong with Linux as far as nasty comments and overall unnecessary behavior on the Linux forums and in YouTube is a lot of elitism and tribalism in the Linux community. And what do I mean by elitism and tribalism? Well, let's just answer that question, and we'll answer it in two parts. So let's just start out with tribalism and what that is in the Linux community. And I'm going to answer that with an example. Let's just take init systems as an example. Now, the init system is responsible for starting and initializing your services at boot and managing your services while your computer runs. Now, the main init system, or the standard, so to speak, for Linux is systemd. Now, there's a particularly small group, at least I would think it's small, that are completely anti-systemd. They don't like it. There are other choices out there. They would rather use something else than systemd for whatever reason that is. Now, these particular groups that are anti-systemd, they're unusually loud. It's really almost all they ever talk about is the init system that runs in the background that manages all your background services. Now, most people don't even care about what's managing their services as long as their computer works. Now, I have literally seen on a YouTube live stream somebody ridicule somebody in the live stream chat about using a distribution that ships with systemd as its init system. And this person's reaction was, "Who gives a rat's ass?" That is a direct quote. He said, "I only care about whether the computer works or not. And if the computer works with systemd, that's what I'm going to use. If it works with systemd init, I'll go ahead and use that, or OpenRC, or run it." He said, as long as it works, I don't care what's managing the background services. And I would say that's about 95% of computer users. Now, what's wrong with tribalism in this particular space is it turns a lot of people off with this, because most people don't even understand what an init system does, so why should they care as long as it works? Now, as far as elitism goes, the most common attitude I see with Linux elitists is RTFM, which stands for read the effing manual. You can know what effing means. It's the general idea that they read the manual and figured it out, so everybody else should do it. And if you're not reading the manual, they're better than you are. Now, this particular attitude is highly prevalent in the Arch forums. If you ask for help without giving a lot of details on what you need help with, they're just going to tell you to read the blank manual. That's what they're going to tell you. And then most people will follow up making fun of you because you didn't research your problem to start with. And the problem with that is some people don't even know where to start. Really, the proper response would be to say, you know what, you really should give us more information so we can better help you. So you need to research and try and find out what exactly your issue is, see if you can fix it on your own, and then give them a wiki link and say, start here, read this wiki article, and if you still are having a problem, come back and ask some more detailed questions so we can help you even further. That would be the correct way to handle it, but most people are just going to tell them to read the manual with nothing else. Both of these attitudes just turn people off, and most people don't even want to deal with it, so they're just going to go back to Windows or not even try Linux when they see this crap. And a lot of people who see this are just wondering how to sort through all this bullshit, for lack of a better word. And honestly, I think what we need to do as a community is work to try to filter out these particular attitudes. Now, it's okay to have your own opinion about init systems or a distribution or this and that, but the overall attitude that says, unless you agree with me, you're wrong and you're a terrible person, that needs to stop. And when all that bullshit stops, the Linux community is going to be a more welcoming place, a better place, and it's going to attract attract those who are eager to learn a better way of using a computer.